Hi, I'm Sid, and Apple has sent out invites for its WWDC 2016, which is going to be on the 15th of this month. If you don't know what it means, it is Apple's annual developer conference, which happens in San Francisco every year, and media and developers from around the world gather to hear what Apple is going to say. Every year we get new softwares, new operating systems, and new devices. So, what is in store this year? Well, here are things I'm expecting from WWDC 16. First up is the iOS. Now Apple is most definitely gonna update its mobile operating system, the iOS 9 to not iOS 10 but iOS X. The same way they call Mac's operating system the OS X. So iOS X is likely to have in some design changes for photos and music apps. Plus do expect some improvements in Siri and App Store. But one change that has been requested, and it seems that it would be incorporated in this update, is better integration of 3D touch. So from now on, you can go into the desired setting by force pressing the icons on the control center. Apart from that, there's a buzz that multitasking might be coming to your iPhones. In fact, with the iPhone 6s Plus, you might get split screen mode where you can use two apps simultaneously on one display. And one thing that is doing rounds is dark mode coming to the iOS, which I don't find that legit. But what I do find legit is that iMessaging might be coming to Android, which means folks who use Android can get in touch with those who use iOS. Cool thing. So that's what all is in store for iOS and iPads. And now let's move on to Apple's computer operating system, the OS X. Just like the iOS, the OS X might also get a name change. Right now we call it OS X 10.11 El Capitan. That's the latest version. But from now on, OS X will be called Mac OS. Just Mac OS. No Leopard, no Lion, no Yosemite, no Mavericks, only Mac OS. But apart from this minor name job, the other things that come under hood are pretty great. First up, you get Siri on Mac. Windows has got Cortana. Mac OS will get the world's most popular voice-based assistant called Siri, and I love it. Secondly, you get Metal. Now this is a bit geeky to explain, but I'll still try. Basically, your graphic API would be updated. What DirectX is to Windows, and what OpenGL is to Android and Mac OS, and what Vulkan is to the Samsung flagships and the upcoming Android N would be updated. The shift from OpenGL to Metal is a big one because it means that your graphics capabilities would increase to a different level once the developers start supporting it. Lastly, Apple is said to be playing with the security as well post that FBI fiasco. It might be upping the encryption in the iCloud, and it might also be incorporating fingerprint support for the future Macs. Apart from iOS and macOS, the other things that are likely to get updated are the TV and the Watch OS. While updates to the Watch OS are likely to be incremental, the TV OS is set to get a lot more. This includes a better app integration with Maps, iMusic, Game Center, and even iMessaging, and even an update to the remote control app. But since these products are not that popular in India, we'll skip on to the next category, which is the Mac itself. Now, it was said that Apple would not be launching any of the new products in the WWDC this year. However, a new leak has rendered which shows a new Apple laptop, and that means that Apple's flagship laptop, the Macbook Pro, might just be updated this year. The update is likely going to have Skylake processors, better battery life, and an all-new metal design which is going to be this thin, very, very thin. In fact, it's going to be so thin that people have started to worry that Apple might shut down the MacBook Air lineup. On a personal level, I think that's not going to happen this year because MacBook Air just received a major update. It now carries 8 GB of RAM in the 2016 model. So that's why I think it's going to be unlikely. And that concludes my estimates for the Worldwide Developer Conference in 2016. Tell me what you are expecting from it. Tell me what you think of the new features. Tell me some feature that you would want to have in one of these softwares. Meanwhile, if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel. And you can also like this video if you like it and share it with your friends. I'm Sid, and I'll see you in some other one. Ciao.